Welcome to Kicking It with Nairabet, and a week can't start, begin or end without us coming to this couch to talk about everything in the world of football as they go. My name is Tracy Chapelle, the one they call Swore, aka Swore, the Queen of Sports, repping the blue country in a green vibe, and over there we have fine boys again. Let me start from Dada Man, the new one. Hello, Dada Man.
How's it going?
I'm very well, Victor.
Yeah. Nice to be on this side of the camera for once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you. I know probably by the time the conversation continues, you will wear glasses because it's about to be very hot. You be always looking fly as usual.
Your independence came 1 week later. I see the green.
I mean, yeah.
I woke up thinking about money, please.
But it's really good. I like the green vibe.
The multiple shades of green here are going really nicely.
See how they compliment me and make me feel like a lady.
And it's good to have you as well. Haven't quite been able to experience this, but it's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
We'll
see
what
happens.
We're experiencing it.
Yep.
Okay, let's experience the Mourinho effect. Let's get into the first conversation of the day. Mourinho was asked, see, I have to read this thing because Baba talked plenty things and you have to do him justice to use it verbatim, word for word. So Mourinho was asked in a press conference, is the team back? You have been scoring a shit ton of goals. And Mourinho answers, they are scoring 6-5 goals. Now, imagine what they will do or achieve if they are an attacking coach.
Yeah.
So please.
I mean...
What's going on here?
It's Jose's classic box office, isn't it? It's just great. I mean, Jose is. I always tell people, football needs Jose, and I think as the days go by, he is getting more cherished by everybody. And Gary Neville also said that when Jose mentioned that finishing with 81 points was sort of a miracle. A lot of people didn't think it was the truth, but as the years have gone by, obviously that has been the truth. But look, Tottenham have been in incredible form. It's just as banter.
Have they?
Maccabi Haifa tweeted at United and said, "I think we met Tottenham at a bad week." Maccabi Haifa took 7 from Tottenham, and Man United took 6. But it's an incredible Jose Mourinho team, I must say, for a guy who is labelled defensive. It's really good to see. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's a good week for us. I like to have me on set today because I feel we need balance. Seeing as UB is a Jose Mourinho fanboy,
but so
before they assume that I know, so it's nice to have a bit of balance. I still don't think he is that man. No. I still feel he will struggle. I still feel, of course, he will have good games. He's class. Do you understand? So he's always going to be in that conversation. Nobody's saying he's absolutely rubbish, but what we know Jose Mourinho for is creating great squads that are good to go now. He's not a legacy type coach. He's not going to build a squad for you. He will buy the finished products and he will get things started. But I don't see that happening with Tottenham now.
But if they win the trophy, they'll take it.
He's been mad inconsistent in the last few seasons.
If they win a trophy, they'll take it.
I know, but what trophy are they going to win? So aside from competitions, I don't really see them doing
well, a trophy is a trophy because, seriously speaking, Ole Gunnar on the other side had his 95th game. And if you look at all the 95th game, with all the good vibes Ole Gunnar don't spend like over 450 million already.
That's
he still has no trophy.
He still has no trophy. So
I'm still not.
No, I don't think he has.
Look at the squad. It got shock you.
So
how much did you think was on the field?
Look, I'm not necessarily.
Look at the squad. Do you want me to bring out the money?
I'm not necessarily an Ole guy.
I need to go
but I don't think
that's 450 million. It got shock you.
Pep with Ole.
No.
See, I don't think we need to go that far.
In the 500s.
In the last one, like since yesterday, since Sunday, since the match on Sunday, I've not been able to get that squad out of my mind. Maguire seems like it was fraud. £85 million for a defender that is going to foul your own player that is trying to clear the ball. Come on, I mean, I'm tired of making excuses for him, for Ole. People need to sit up, and that's what I can say for it. Sorry.
Okay, quick one. I'll give it to you. And if you feel like whatever they say, you vibe with them, just go on the comment section and air your view out because it's a community business. And let's face it, we're not going to do any football again for this season. So international break. The question I'll throw to you guys: yes or no?
Right.
As Tottenham quieted the spirit of Pochettino, is this the new Mourinho era? Can we see Mourinho football now? Yes or no?
No.
Yes is a bad answer. Because it's too constricted. Unlike what Victor says, Tottenham at the moment, were building for many years, and I think Daniel Levy was tired of building. Daniel Levy wanted something that was going to provide instant results. I think they're getting it now. obviously they haven't won a trophy.
Have they gotten it
But-
consistently? That's the
I mean,
question.
you start doing it, brick by brick. Obviously, don't get there, but it looks a really good Tottenham team. And to think that Gareth Bale is not back in the team yet, you think, Carlo Vinicius, some of these boys, not
Yep.
back in the team yet. So it looks a really good team, and I must say that Tottenham would
Is-
humble a lot of
is
teams
the
this
spirit
season.
of
They
Pochettino
would humble
gone?
a lot of teams.
Yes or
yeah,
no?
that's pretty.
Is it gone? Is it
no,
gone?
I mean you can never write him off in the team, but I think they're past that era.
They passed the era.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know what you think, fam. And we will be back with the conversation after this ding dong break. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back to Kicking It with Nairabet. On a personal note, Yubi just said something off camera, and I have to give myself shout out because you see, when people used to feel like my prophecy as a prophetess for it not the work. You guys need to really be carrying pen to paper when I tell you about fixtures and things that will happen, because whenever I hold this cup, I sit here and I see vision.
I mean,
Okpo.
let's be honest, you did get half right. Not all.
I got
You it-
75%.
It was 50-50 because
75.
you guys did say that the Leeds game was going to be goals galore. And what they
problem
can
was
get,
about-
You can't give too much away. You can't give too much away. The
I
Premier
mean-
League is a premium product. You can't demystify it like that.
yeah,
So-
at least our viewers know that they can get great
of course.
tips. I mean, we can't be right all the time, but
Yeah, it has. See, I'm right 75% of the time. Whatever they say, no, listen. For this prediction one, I'm right 75% of the time. Now, only AY when he comes back. Now, if he tell me, say I'm not right like that.
Yeah.
But this is something that is right, and this is something that we see right now. We've noticed that this past week, we've talked about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The guy collected goals when we say until 1957. That was the last time Man Utd got 4 goals in the first half. Before Nigeria was Nigeria. And then you look at Aston Villa. Aston Villa are manning the champions. Like, they practically gangbanged them. And the question is, what's going on in football right now? Is it that the smaller teams are stepping to the plate, or the bigger teams are getting lazy and just being off the ball? You can't tell me it's a money effect.
I think it's a combination of factors, but one thing we've not really considered is most of the teams didn't particularly get a pre-season per se. Do you understand? The season ended when? August, and we were right back in it in September. A couple of the players didn't particularly get time to rest, revamp for the season as they normally would. Teams didn't get to play a wide list of friendly games, so I feel like that fatigue is going to be there, especially for the beginning of the season. Teams are going to be inconsistent. We've seen it in all of the top sides in the Premier League this season, except maybe even with Chelsea. You haven't had a blowout loss, but the play itself has not been consistent. So, I mean, I feel like it will affect a lot of the big
Do you
teams.
concur with him?
It just sense obviously I totally agree with Victor in the sense that not having a preseason doesn't help in any way. But this is match week 4 for most teams in the Premier League, and you would expect that. Look, you've got to make do with what you have at the moment. What I would say is that with Liverpool, you can expect that it's a one-off. For sure, it's a one-off. With
Are you
Liverpool-
sure though?
Yeah,
Are you sure though? We were sitting on
I
this
could-
couch
I
when
could-
Leeds almost pulled their boxers down. It was just by the grace of God that they dragged it up by the skin of their teeth.
I mean, they also had injuries in defense. They didn't start with their
Yeah,
their
I mean,
usual starting
Alisson is
11
not in goal, and
against
but
Leeds.
then again, wasn't Adrian the hero of everybody's fantasy
I tell you
Premier
what,
League last season?
Adrian has led to errors, has had 5 errors that are leading to goals in, I think, 29 appearances, which is the same amount as Alisson has had in 92. So that tells you just how much a drop-off in
Are
quality
you
there
telling
is.
me that the game against Aston Villa was Adrian's fault?
No,
Everybody
look,
saw the
look,
back line.
Obviously, Adrian is a...
Van Dijk was not tracking back, was busy doing construction
Obviously,
work.
when you make your kind of mistakes,
Yeah.
the goalkeeper will be a lightning rod for criticism. However, it has to be said that the first mistake you make is important, and Adrian makes the first mistake for the goal. He makes a wayward pass. He shouldn't be making that kind of pass. Last season, the stats say that Liverpool have won 100% of the games with him. But truth is that he had a terrible time last season. In the FA Cup, errors that led him to Chelsea knocking him out was Adrian's fault. In the Champions League as well, you know, he had a hand in Liverpool's exit. So Adrian is not the greatest backup goalkeeper, and I don't want to put everything on his doorstep. But when your goalkeeper is not assured, and you've seen how Chelsea have gone out to spend money on being a goalkeeper, and the goalkeeping position is one of the most, you know, you cannot afford mistakes there. You know, so it's like the. It's like that things you can't have bad eggs in. You can't have bad eggs in goalkeeping.
As a side note, just know that goalkeepers get the least money in a football team.
Not David De Gea.
No. David De Gea has 18.5 million, and the least paid in their backline for Manchester United is it?
David De Gea is the highest paid at United,
and that's 18.5. Imagine that. No, 18.5. That's his salary. That's his what?
In a year.
That's what it takes.
And 400k a week.
And then you have Harry Maguire.
400k is good a week.
It's not
he's the highest paid at the moment.
Salary, to be honest.
So he's great. That's why it's hard to shift him. You know,
Okay, moving on from that, let me tell you about something that is shifting. We're shifting our gaze to a man that likes to bite, who gets the substitute for the man that likes to fight. I'm talking about Luis Suarez. You saw that, Avi? Atletico Madrid. Thank you. They try. They make efforts.
They quite say, what's that?
You missed it.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, mio. Luis Suarez. Apparently, people are thinking that Cerezo might be onto something, the president of Atletico Madrid, simply because the few games that Suarez has started in for them has made the Roja Blancos really like a contending side now for the La Liga. And considering the fact that Barcelona was fighting 2-0 to balance up with Sevilla, and you have Real Madrid that are not firing their firing ways. Now you have Atletico suddenly having a major striker that's actually striking. You feel Barca made a mistake?
But it's rather funny.
Transferring their main guy.
Yeah, I totally. I see the picture you're trying to paint, but it's rather funny because Atletico have drawn their last 2 games. You know, I mean, if you're going to praise the player, it has to be in the midst of a winning run.
Yeah.
You know, they won their first game 6-0 or 6-2 or thereabouts. Then the next 2 games have been draws, so I'm not quite sure exactly what the fault about Luis Suarez is. From the start power point of view, you always feel it is a risk to allow a top player leave to another competitor. You know, if you left to a team, with all the greatest respects to people like Getafe and Granada, you would expect that, you know, you won't pose a serious threat. But Atletico are a really good team. And in those big games, I expect that's when Suarez will show up. In the marathon of the season, I just feel like, you know, you would always have this 1 or 2 bad performances.
How would you rate their chances now in the Champions League, especially now that we know contenders for Atletico Madrid? Do you see them at least trying to outperform their last 2 season runs?
To be honest, I feel like every season that Atletico Madrid has outperformed, there really wasn't any signs of it. It's not like they've had. It's not like it's been an individual performance of per se. They hardly ever have like a marquee striker or midfielder that's running the show.
But I mean, they had Costa at a time.
True, but still, is it in the same way that Barcelona rely on Messi? You understand, or PSG rely on?
I agree.
It's not as they play with more of a team type football, and if all of the players are gunning, if they have a good run, if they can keep clean sheets, they start to build off that energy. Do you understand? So if it's possible. With Atletico Madrid, it's a 50-50 thing in cup competitions every season because they are a very good cup team. So, would I risk my neck and say, okay, Atletico Madrid is going to go far? I really don't know. Can't say until, let's say, December, January, seeing how they're running, and, you know, that would determine how far they go.
And on that note, let's let you know that in a couple of weeks, just after the international break, Champions League football and the Palasa Europa League football, for those of us when we say get club when they play for Thursday night. You said it, I did not. It kicks off, and we'll be here to come and dissect and break everything down, like breaking plates, like woman when we say they go do marriage for Iraq, man. If you know, you know. Anyway, we'll be right back after this segment. Let me cross my feet and drink a drink. Back up. And And then unfortunately we come to the end of the show, kicking it with Nairabet for game week 4 summary and otherwise. But you know, we do it 1 week per each. Yes, producer, shine your high. Yui, thank you for letting me lounge.
Always a pleasure. I always love being here on site. Yeah.
You never will make a lance. Bros, thank you for coming through.
Man, I actually really liked it. I don't know whether maybe we'll switch roles. Maybe next week you will be behind the camera and I'll host. You know.
I think I'm.
Anything is possible.
And disclaimer.
Yeah.
Maybe first couple is the winkers.
Not first couple is
Right.
They must know.
Got
they
that.
know.
I got that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the disclaimer, and thank you because I know next shoot when they do, probably they use your slippers to enter studio. Man, I know even the height said these shoes are tight. Anyway, you can join the Nairabet community, the Kicking It with Nairabet community, if you want to be part of the conversation and be hands-on where we drop our free tips and whatnot on K Nairabet for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and of course on YouTube. It's Kicking It with Nairabet. Do not forget the best odds are always on Nairabet website www.nairabet.com. I'm still Tracy Chappelle, the one you call for, aka for the Queen of Sports, saying take it easy, take it safe, and buckle.